Morning. Our second guest of the day as we begin this 8 o'clock hour is Dr. Michael Heindl. He is the president at Northwest Mississippi Community College that is headquartered in Senatobia. Kind enough to spend a few minutes. Dr. Heindl, I really do hate to start this conversation out on a negative, but I question judgment. And I'm going to just say it's your judgment since you're the president. A new residence hall, the newest residence hall on the campus of Northwest, was named after a relatively young man from Tate County, Trey Lamar. I mean, are you so far down on the totem pole that Trey Lamar now gets buildings named after him?
Well, Richard, that is true. It is a true thing, and for our board to be able to recognize Trey, and just all the great things he's done for our community, of course, the college, of course, our state. It was a big deal. And so to be able to do that and the board to recognize him in that way was great. So we had a ribbon cutting recently. His family was there. Again, a big deal. So again, just a great personal friend to me, but also just an amazing friend to our college, our community, our state. He's done a lot for our state. So our board wanted to recognize that, and they did, and had a fun day.
I'm just waiting for a text message to come in that, by the way, this is Richard, you jerk. Come on now. No, a really cool honor. I read that story last week, and I thought, Trey and I are about the same age, and to see the success that he's had and the passion that he has, not just for the state of Mississippi, but for his home county of Tate County, and what that has meant for Northwest Mississippi Community College, I thought a really cool honor. So very cool that you guys were able to do that. You're in the middle of it, right? About a month into the school year, students all over the place, athletic season's off and rolling. Success has been the standard in the athletics programs at Northwest for a really long time, and this year is no different. It's exciting to be on a college campus in the fall semester.
Oh man, it really is. And again, we're like you say, we're about a month in, and really a month in for most of all of our community colleges in the state, seeing tremendous enrollment growth statewide, honestly, about a little over 2% enrollment growth holistically at all of our 15 community colleges in the state of Northwest. It's a little bit more than that. It's almost 5%. And we're really, really proud of that. At Northwest, we've had 9 semesters of positive enrollment growth. And that's really attributable really to what we're doing. We have really leaned in on career and technical programming. We've really leaned in on health science programming. And those programs have just really, really grown. You look at and honestly, all of the community colleges in the state have been really watching this phenomena that's been taking place in our industry called the enrollment cliff. And what we've been doing is we've just been watching very closely the enrollment trends of all of our colleges over the last number of years. And really what we've been seeing is one of the things, just for an example, is that we've been really seeing a major shift in students who are taking classes even younger ages. So like an example is all of the dual enrollment classes that students are taking these days. And so what we're doing is we're trying to have that's right. Yeah. So high school students can take a number of classes while they're still in high school. Some with middle college programs that we have at our community colleges, they can actually get their associate's degree and their high school diploma. Now, this is not a lot of students, but some students who are really, really focused can even do that. So we're watching that very closely and trying to have conversations all throughout the state to parents and students and say, hey, you're already a community college student. We really want you to continue, going to the community college, paying that lesser college tuition for a great education that students receive, to be able to get an amazing transfer scholarship, and then, go to the university, and for a lot of students, that makes a lot of sense. For a lot of parents, that makes a lot of sense because, again, tuitions are, half, a fourth, or sometimes a third of the cost of university tuition prices. And why not do that while they can do that? Come to the community college. And again, this is one of the many things that we're watching in our community colleges in the state, and just really trying to have that conversation to anybody that we can have a conversation with, parents, students who are taking these classes. And I'll tell you, just on average here at Northwest, on average, students are taking about 7, 8, 9, 10 semester credit hours of college while they're still in high school. So, they're doing that. And so we're having the conversation with them. Why not stick with us a little bit longer, stick with us another semester or two, possibly 3, and then get an amazing transfer scholarship. So again, that's one of the things we've been watching, but just really up our way in North Mississippi. We're really excited about what's happening up this way. We had a great meeting yesterday with Amplify Cell Technologies. This is the $1.2 billion economic development project that was announced last year, and we had the special legislative session to address some needs there. But we had a great meeting on campus yesterday with company leadership. Mississippi State was involved there through their CAV Center, Mississippi Department of Employment Security.
Let me interrupt you just for a second,
Sure.
Because that's actually where I wanted to go next. One of the things that seems to be happening with community colleges across the state of Mississippi, and certainly Northwest, as you're saying, is no exception, is partnerships with companies, because companies are coming to Mississippi. There has been a concerted effort to bring more companies, especially in the technology space and the manufacturing space, to Mississippi, but they need skilled workers. And sometimes that doesn't even mean a degree. Sometimes that's a certificate or just training. And to me, that's one of the great success stories for the community colleges, is the partnership, public-private partnerships that are happening between the community colleges and these new companies who are providing jobs, creating jobs that are great paying jobs in a lot of cases.
Yeah, they really are. And, some of the programs that we discussed just yesterday that are at Northwest and that are at some of our other community colleges, but really make sense up our way, are programs like industrial automation and controls engineering. We've got a great tech program in that. We've got a great program in industrial electronics, a great program in precision manufacturing. And these specific programs, the ones that we just spoke about yesterday, programs that we have at Northwest, are programs that will then be able to pour into a company like Amplify Cell Technologies, where they're building these ginormous commercial grade batteries, for industrial applications, for large 18-wheeler trucks. And so, we're really excited about that. Again, they're in the construction phase right now of this large manufacturer up in Marshall County, but and that's a county that we serve. But really excited about it, and how Northwest will have a really big role in training the workers of the future there at Amplify Cell Technologies. And again, like I say, Mississippi State has a hand in that. A lot of partners, though, Accelerate Mississippi is an amazing partner. This is the Office of Workforce Development in our state, led by Dr. Courtney Taylor. They do an amazing job, and just really excited about the partnership, the synergy that we have just with this project alone. But, we're excited about another thing I wanted to share with you, is that we've got a large facility opening in South Haven. We have a campus in South Haven, one in Oxford. As you know, of course, our home campus is in Senatobia, but in South Haven, we have what's going to be opening in January, the Ranger Center. And at the Ranger Center, again, trying to follow enrollment trends and workforce needs in our state, we saw through data that was telling us that we needed to have more nursing students, more nursing training in the state. And so we'll open our second associate degree registered nursing program in the state of, in this part of the state for Northwest. And we'll open that in January with almost 100 more nursing students in this first cohort. And then we'll be able to, have more and more in the future. So really excited about it. And really opening this facility.
Have you got time to hang with us through the break and spend just a few more minutes visiting, or you got a meeting you got to jump into?
No, absolutely. Yeah, I'd love to hang on. Sure will.
Let's do that. Let's continue the conversation. We'll keep visiting with Dr. Michael Heindl, president at Northwest Mississippi Community College, on the other side of this quick timeout. This is the Gallo Show on SuperTalk Mississippi. Richard Cross in for Paul this morning. Lance in the studio. One of the things we'll talk about when we come back, what is it that is most attractive to incoming students for community colleges and specifically Northwest? We'll do that when we come back. It's the Gallo Show on SuperTalk Mississippi. We are joined by Dr. Michael Heindl, continuing our conversation. He is the president in Senatobia at Northwest Mississippi Community College. Dr. Heindl, before the break, my apologies for interrupting you, but the breaks do not wait on any of us. They just keep on rolling.
No worries, no worries.
About the new South Haven campus, obviously the headquarters, the main campus is there in Senatobia, satellite campus in Oxford, and then Batesville also, is that coming online, or there at what was the old factory outlet stores and looks incredible now that it's been completely redone?
Yeah, folks will remember, and I did a lot of shopping there in the past, but the old factory outlet property has now been converted, transformed into a college campus, and so we're really excited about it. We have an anchor program there at the concourse called it's our diesel technology program. That program is going very, very well. In fact, we hired a third instructor for the program to meet some enrollment demands there, capacity and needs for industry, for business. But so what's in the facility right now on campus is that diesel tech program. We have a robotic welding program coming online here very soon. We have an industrial automation and controls engineering technology. Say that 5 times fast. That's a mouthful, but that's a great program. Also, there meeting some of the demands that are really, because business and industry is so automated these days. We need technicians to keep that automation going in a lot of these warehouses, manufacturers, distributors. And so we're really proud of those programs. We also have a Win Job Center there, adult education program there. And so more to come with the concourse. It's under and about to finish its second phase of renovation there. And so we'll have more programs opening in the future, like construction trades training, folks being able to train folks in a real short term programs like framing, plumbing, pipe fitting, brick masonry type, those types of programs that are needed in the construction field. And so really excited about it. And
I mean,
oh, yeah, absolutely.
If you find a contractor, I'm just in North Mississippi, but I think it's all over the state. If you find a contractor and say, hey, I've got skilled labor that is trained and will work, they're like, sign me up. And what do they charge?
Right.
Because I'm in.
Absolutely. And what great careers, you can train for just, like I say, that short period of time. We've got training programs from all the way from just a few weeks to 2 years, to get the full associate's degree. But all that to say is that, whatever type of program a student may want to engage in, whatever career path they have, our community colleges have it for them. And so whether it's short term and they get out and they come to the colleges and then they get out and they have great careers after that, or whether they want to transfer to university, our one of our main university the transfer partners is Ole Miss, and so many students transfer there, but our second largest group is Mississippi State, as you can imagine. So, just really excited about it. And honestly, students are choosing community colleges because really Mississippi has a special thing when it comes to community colleges. I was recently selected to serve on the American Association of Community Colleges. And so Mississippi community colleges are special. We have more of a college campus, great environment. We've got athletics, we have residence halls. This is something that is not common in most community colleges in the nation. And so, students are choosing more and more to come to community colleges, to have that great environment, to avail themselves of things like, again, like I say, athletics, again, a traditional type college, small university, but really college environment. And that's what we have at our community colleges, and we're so proud of that. Any of our colleges have that. And so, again, that's why I think some of the reason is that for the I don't know, the popularity of community colleges, particularly in our state, but also just with, like I say, the enrollment trends that are going in the right direction over the last 4 years since the pandemic. And we're very, very proud of that as well.
Dr. Heindl, I know overwhelmingly your enrollment comes from Mississippians. Are there any out-of-state students that come in as part of Northwest or the other community colleges? I guess I should know the answer to that, but I don't.
We do have some out-of-state students, but I'll share with you, Richard, that upwards of 95, 96, and maybe even higher at some of our community colleges are all local Mississippi resident students, and so we're proud of that. We have the students who start with us and stay with us. They end up, and especially in career technical and health sciences, they end up working in Mississippi when they graduate. And so we're, again, like I say, we're very, very proud of that. And most students are local to our community college districts that we serve. Of the 15 colleges, we have statutorily defined districts. And so, Northwest has 11 counties. And so out of those 11 counties, majority of our students, as you can imagine, are coming from those 11 counties. Now, we have a lot of students that, a number of students, I shouldn't say a lot, but a number of students that come from all across the state of Mississippi that want to avail themselves of what our college offers. And honestly, some colleges have specific, really specific type programs that students can take advantage of, So I give an example at Northwest, we have a funeral services program. They're not offered at every community college in the state. In fact, it's just maybe 2 or 3 community colleges have that program. So a lot of students are coming from all across the state to avail themselves of that program. But I mean, it's mostly, like you say, though, in-state students. We engaged with InSpark a few years ago before the pandemic for an economic impact report. We're engaging with them once again to have a new revised economic impact study for all of our community colleges. But what we found before the pandemic, and I would imagine that the new study would show this as well, is that the economic impact of community colleges in the state of Mississippi is really significant. Like $2.1 billion in wages and salaries is what we discovered at that time. It's going to be more now. $3.9 billion in state gross domestic product, $277 million in state and local tax revenue. And just again, like I say, the impact of community colleges in the state of Mississippi is significant. And so, for folks to come to the community colleges for, of course, obviously, first and foremost, training, right? But also, for all of the different events that take place on our college campuses, all of the different training opportunities, the many 1-day, 2-day, sometimes 3-day conferences that business and industry avail themselves of on our college campuses cannot be, underscored. This is a big deal, what our community colleges are able to do in the state, and just very thankful for folks like Representative Lamar, folks like our state leadership, Speaker White, Lieutenant Governor, and our governor, Governor Reeves, Lieutenant Governor Hoseman, all of them, and all of our great partners in state government, business and industry leadership. And, the community colleges are all on one page in terms of trying to do the very best that we can do, have as much of a positive impact that we can for the largest number of students that we possibly can. And that's honestly what we're about at Northwest. I think that's true for all of us.
Yeah. Dr. Heindl, really appreciate your time this morning. Great catching up with you. Certainly fantastic to hear about all the outstanding things that are happening at Northwest. And good luck on the football field tonight. Game coming up tonight, and wish the Rangers the best.
Yeah, thanks so much, Richard. Yeah, and again, really quickly, our women's soccer team, #1 in the nation. Really proud of them, and of course, football and all of the sports that we do. So a really, really exciting time at our college and Northwest specifically. So thanks so much, Richard. Yeah, appreciate it.
A lot of good happening in Senatobia at Northwest Mississippi Community Colleges and their satellite campuses in North Mississippi. Dr. Michael Heindl Joining us this morning, this is the Gallo Show on SuperTalk Mississippi. I'm Richard Cross in for Paul. Thanks so much for being with us. Only about a half an hour left. I just was thinking as he was talking about it, so much of the conversation around the presidential election is about the economy, and things cost more than they have ever cost. And we're getting jobs reports, and, is hiring up or is it down? That conversation with Dr. Heindl is a reminder that not only are jobs available, you have employers who are coveting employees and pleading with employees and then paying employees well. We're not talking entry-level, poverty-level jobs coming out of a community college. We're talking about good, steady, technical jobs with benefits that, $50,000 to $100,000 salary range. Really, really good opportunities exist through our community colleges with companies who are choosing to call Mississippi home.